Hi, and in this video, I'm going to share what to do if he breaks up with you so that you can move past the pain of that experience and move closer to the love you're worthy of. Hi there, Matt Shaffer, your empowerment, connection, and relationship coach. I'm a former attorney who's committed his life to supporting you in creating the sort of fun, fulfilling, dynamic relationships and connections with men that you are so worthy of. And I'm really excited about this topic. I want to share with you some simple mindset shifts that are going to help you move past a painful breakup and help you get even closer to the kind of love that you really want to experience in your life. I do this with my clients all the time, and I'm really excited to dig into it. But before we do, take a second, hit that little subscribe button, and don't forget to click that link in the comments and caption. I have created some great training that's going to make a huge difference in your relationships and dates with men. And let's start off by addressing the reality that breakups can be devastating. They can be emotionally traumatic, and it can really feel like the end of the world when someone breaks your heart, right? Especially if you had a deep connection with that person and they're the ones that ended the relationship or it ended unexpectedly. And the first fundamental truth that all of us get to embrace is that love and relationship is a journey that we will never know the destination of. Because what does a relationship entail? Any connection with another person involves, you guessed it, another person. And can we control another person? Really? No, we can't, right? So we fundamentally do not have control over a relationship because it involves variables that aren't us. So that's really actually liberating if you think about it, because it means that it is not our job to try to make a relationship last forever. Our job and our responsibility is to do our best within the relational container and show up as the best version of ourselves to the person that we're getting to know. And so much of the pain and frustration that we have in relationship is because we get attached to an outcome, or we look at every relationship as if it's supposed to be the end of the road and it's supposed to go on forever, which for most relationships simply isn't true. The way relationships go and the trajectory of relationships can be really unexpected. Sometimes a drunken rendezvous can end up being a lifelong, until death do us part relationship and connection. And sometimes a marriage of 10, 20, 30 or more years can end in the blink of an eye if one partner just shifts. So I invite you to release the attachment and outcome dependence that is causing so much of the pain that you may be feeling right now. It's because you want things to be different than they are, or you wanted this relationship to go a different way than it did. But the truth is, it unfolded perfectly for you. And the fact that it ended is most definitely happening for you, which brings me to the second mindset shift that I want you to adopt. Instead of looking at every relationship that you have as the entire journey and then being heartbroken when it doesn't turn out to be the end of the road, I invite you to look at every completed relationship that you have with someone as a step on the journey towards the love that you're worthy of. The truth is that every partner that you have isn't supposed to be the one. Often dating and relationship is an incremental process where we move closer with every relationship that we have, no matter how it unfolds or how it ends, towards our dream partner and our dream relationship. And we can grow and expand from each step on that path. Often people come into our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, right? And dating is more of a process of incremental progress towards your ideal partner and your ideal relationship. And you're going to learn and grow from every step along the way and every connection that you foster. And the key to every connection and relationship serving as a step closer to the love that we're worthy of is to be open to the lessons and growth that each experience is here to teach us. And I've got 4 powerful questions that you can ask yourself at the end of every relationship to really ground yourself in what that connection was here to teach you. And the first is, what traits in your partner did you love and that you want in your future mate, in your ideal spouse? This could be his sense of humor, or maybe his ability to make decisions quick on his feet. It can be any one of a number of things, any traits about him that you really enjoyed or you were really drawn to that you want in that end of the road partner. Just be sure to take note of them and make a little inventory of that, especially if the traits are unexpected, if they're ones that you didn't know that you liked, right, prior to meeting this guy. Because oftentimes we have a good idea of some of the traits that we know we enjoy in people that we date, right? That's why we have a type often. But sometimes people come along and they teach us, they show us things that we are drawn to and that we're attracted to that we didn't even know. And those are the ones especially that you want to make note of when you're on the tail end or coming out of a relationship. For example, maybe he was really sarcastic, and up until that relationship, anytime a guy was sarcastic, it was annoying to you and it wasn't something that you liked. But when he did it, you thought it was funny and charming and engaging, and it really kept you excited and on your toes. So now, finding a man who has that type of sarcastic way of engaging with you is something that you're going to want in your ideal partner. And that's a new thing that you get to add, a new color that you get to use to paint the masterpiece of your ideal partner. And the second question is, what traits about your partner did you not enjoy or not like at all? It's just as important, if not more so, to identify the traits that you don't like so that you can put those in the avoid pile, right? Moving forward in dating and relationships. So maybe he was a guy who was always late and had really poor time management, and it drove you nuts the entire time that you were dating, but you looked past it. That's something that you most definitely want to take note of. That way when you're going out and meeting more people and connecting with them, if they're chronically late, that's going to be a huge red flag for you, and you'll be able to pull away from those guys before you get emotionally invested in them. So often when we get emotionally invested in somebody and we look past some red flags, we end up stuck in relationships that trigger us and drive us nuts. So this will really help you weed out people that are not good for you before you get in too deep with them. And these last two questions are even more important. The first one is, what feelings and experiences did you have in relationship with this man that you absolutely loved? Like, was it the sense of fun and adventure? Was it the spontaneity? Was it how he made you feel safe? Like, what was it about the relationship, the experience, the feeling of being with him that you really loved or were drawn to? Because the feelings and experiences of being in relationship with him are going to be much more important in your vision for a relationship than the specific traits of the person himself. Does that make sense? So I really want you to take some time and journal into whatever feelings and experiences you shared in that relationship that were great, that you would like to have in your ideal partnership. This is the true treasure, right, that emerges on the end of a breakup. And this is where, you can use that breakup to serve you moving forward in your relationships with men and bring you a lot closer to the love that you're craving. And the last question, you guessed it, is what feelings and experiences did you have in this relationship that you do not want in your next relationship and in your dream relationship? You want to know the contrast. That way when you're feeling those feelings, when you're getting to know somebody, ding ding, the alarm will go off and you'll be able to shift or pull away from that person. For example, maybe he was highly critical of you, and because of that, you often felt like you weren't enough when you were around him, like you were incomplete, or that you had to do something extra to sort of earn the right to be loved by him. And that ended up being like a big reason that y'all broke up. And that's something you can be deeply conscious of moving forward so you can filter out men that aren't aligned with how you want to feel in your relationships. And once you've answered these 4 questions for yourself, you're going to have a much better understanding of the kind of relationship you want and the kind of relationship you don't want. And that's all because of this relationship that just ended. So that is how we take a relationship that ended, getting dumped by somebody, having it end unexpectedly, no matter how it wound down. It can be a step towards the love that you're worthy of. And the fact that it's over meant that that was the way it was supposed to end. So we get to embrace our heartbreak. We get to learn from our relationships, and we get to use them as platforms to keep moving towards, use each one of them as a step towards the sort of relationship that at the end of the day, we know we're worthy of. You know you're worthy of a deep, meaningful, lasting, profound love. And at the end of the day, if this person had been meant to be that person, they would still be in your life. So please, I invite you to release any beat up that you may be having towards the relationship that ended and step into the fact that this person left your life so that your ideal partner or the next step on your journey could come in. So when a relationship comes to an end, I want you to embrace these simple mindset shifts. The first being that love and relationship is a journey that you can't know the destination of and that you fundamentally don't have control over. So release that outcome dependence and recognize that as you're able to let go of that attachment to how it was supposed to look, you'll be able to step into an acceptance that this is exactly what was supposed to happen, and now I'm ready to learn from it. And secondly, look at every completed relationship that you have had as a step on the road towards the love that you're worthy of. And do that by asking 4 simple questions. The first being, what traits about that person that you were in a relationship with did you like? Did you enjoy? Did you appreciate that you want to have in your ideal partner? And the second one, of course, is what traits in that person do you not want moving forward in relationships so you can weed them out early? And the third question is, what feelings and experiences from that relationship do you want to have moving forward? The fun, the excitement, the adventure, how it made you feel to be in relationship with him. And lastly, what feelings and experiences do you not want in your ideal relationship that you didn't enjoy? And it's a really good exercise to do this, not only for the relationship that may have just ended, but for a lot of your past relationships. You can learn so much about your dream partner just by looking back at all your breakups, looking back at all your past relationships. So take these 2 mindset shifts and take this process out into the world and use it to help craft the sort of dream relationship that you're truly worthy of so you can begin calling that partner into your life. Before you go, take a second, hit that little subscribe button, and don't forget to click that link in the comments and caption. I have created some great training that's really going to help you in your love life. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.